loves, welcome back to my channel. Targaye Nicole here. How are you guys doing? I hope you are doing well. I'm doing all right. You know, long days at work. Not too much overtime yet. That's next week. But I just wanted to come to you guys with a review of my 2020 goals. I know for a lot of us, 2020 went left and we're like, oh my God, why did we? 2020 was supposed to be the year of our vision, but it turned out like it was more the year of God's vision, or to give us vision to what was really important in life, like family and friends and spending time, and not materialistic things and things like that. But it should have not stopped us from doing the goals that we wanted to do. So I thought it would be a good idea to go through my goals from last year and last year's this year 2020 this year, before next year come, before I start to make my goals for 2021 to see how I did. So I was using the Budgeting Mom system last year, and this was the book I was using from Happy Planner, the large one. And I had created a little Microsoft Word document right here with all my 2020 New Year's goals. I no longer call them resolutions. They're just all goals to me. So let's just go through them. I had 12. Obviously, you know, not obviously, but for a lot of people, when 2020 and the pandemic hit, everybody was like, what's the point? We can't go anywhere. We can't do anything. But I think I want to take this time to actually look and see, like, did I do that, or was I still trying to hit my goals, y'all? So, and also, I was laughing because I was like, oh, I wrote these all down in this book, and I haven't looked at this book in months. But I used to have, like, one of those letter boards in the front of my house. So every time I walked out of the house, I could look at my goals, and they were in picture form, and I miss it. But when I packed up to move to Georgia, I haven't seen that either. So I haven't really looked at this list in a while. So this gonna all be genuine reactions. So on here, I don't know if any of these, I don't think they were in any kind of order, but number 1 says work on being the best possible you. And underneath it, it says try being humble and kind. That one is probably always going to be on my list because I find it very important to, it doesn't matter how much money you make or what you have, it's really your character and the type of person that you are or are becoming that is a true reflection of yourself. So I think I did better. Like, I don't think I did. I think I could always be better, more humble, more kind. Volunteering is definitely top on my list, or one of my lists for 2021. Even though it's a pandemic, I'm going to find ways, okay? So work on being a best possible you. I think I did okay. I will say I think I did much better towards the end of the year when it came to getting a closer relationship to God. So I'm going to give myself a yes for that. But that's a continuous long-term goal. That's never going to change as far as I know. So number 2, keep on your health journey. Eat well, work out, and fast. That's what it says. So I'm always, not always, well, yeah, I'm going to always be on a health journey. And for this year, I don't think, you know, the pandemic hit and I kind of went left, and then I was able to take those pounds back off. I will say, being that the state of the world, I'm very proud of myself that I maintained. But the goal was to just keep on a health journey. So that, I said I did okay. Next year, I think I'm going to actually give myself a tangible goal weight, like 50 pounds by the end of the year, something like that. So it's more measurable. Eating well, working out. I actually did work out pretty well for a while there. Towards the end, I have been falling off, and fasting has been something I've done pretty consistently. So I would say I did that really well. I've been doing more of a longer fast, and I think I'm going to switch next year to something. I'll tell you guys in the next video. Keep on, number 3, keep on with your budget and your debt-free journey. A was the Budget Mom budget kit and set up a sinking fund. So I did, because the year before that, which was like my year, 2019, that was like my first year really budgeting. You guys, y'all see me now with them spreadsheets and doing the dang on thing, and sometimes I'm like, yo, that was easy. Y'all, if y'all could go back, actually go back to some of my first videos, and I tell you, I was a hot mess. The struggle was real. I was driving the struggle bus, okay? Okay, okay? I couldn't figure out how to get to a zero-based budget. I couldn't figure out how to subtract this from add this to multiply, girl, bye. So, like, now when you guys see me run through them, when I say, oh, I'm done really quick and I'm surprised, I mean it. Like, I am really surprised. Like, I'm getting good at this, y'all. Like, and that's not in an arrogant way at all. It's taken me 2 years. Okay, a year and a half, something like that, to feel that way and feel comfortable and confident in that specific area of just basic budgeting. There's so much more to learn, 401ks and investments and portfolios, and I ain't even touched yet. But overall, like budgeting and saving, I gotta give myself a little pat on the back. Your girl did that. Okay, she's been doing that. And I did get the Budget Mom budget kit, but I found it was not really for me, hence why I switched over to Excel. I'm loving my not Excel, Google Sheets. I'm loving my spreadsheets. That's it for me. Setting up sinking funds. The year in 2019, y'all, I did not have sinking funds. And I have a video. It's called what to do when you want to set up sinking funds, but you're literally sinking. Something like that. And you guys, I didn't have, like, I couldn't figure out a way to set up sinking funds 2019. I literally would just with $20, $25. It was a set amount every week and just every 2 weeks and be like, Lord, let this help me. And it did. Like, something was so much better than nothing when things just kept coming up. Car kept messing up. Well, it was trouble, okay? But I did set up sinking funds last year. Unfortunately, because I moved and had to relocate another job, I did have to stop them for a period of time, but I set them right back up. When I got a job, they weren't the same. They were revised and there were less of them, but that's because I'm saving for a house and the gear has shifted. So I'm gonna give myself pat on back for number 3. Number 4, declutter my life. Take it room by room and take it one thing at a time. I'm going to say that I did pretty darn well with decluttering my life, and that was mostly because I had to move. I had refused to take all the stuff I had with me to Georgia. So I had no choice but to declutter everything. But before I had made the choice to actually move, I was decluttering room by room and trying to get rid of clothes and get rid of pots and pans. And I even think I'm still going to do some more decluttering before I buy my house, because I don't want to take everything with me, especially the Poshmark stuff. It's really been on my heart and my mind, because it's like something just keeps saying, Tara, get back into your Poshmark, get rid of those things. Even if you put them up there for $5, $10 and just sell them, get rid of them, because you don't want to take them with you. Like, that's where I'm at. And citizenship, fill out the form. It says, get your citizenship, fill out the form, pay the fee, go to the appointments, and study. Citizenship, I filled out the form. I paid the fee. I went to my appointment that I got for my biometrics, and now studying, I actually need to bust out my thing. I printed out flashcards. Because of the pandemic, I'm in limbo. I did all of this, y'all, in like January, February. I was supposed to be a citizen by now. I'm waiting on pandemic to get its life together. So I'm going to give myself a pat on that, because I did everything I could do towards that goal. And now I'm just waiting. So I'm going to actually try to start manifesting me standing there, taking my whole life, hey, and, you know, whatever they do, I'll figure it out, the oath thing. I'm about to start studying for my test, like I have one coming, like we about to be out here for real. And so then number 6 was keep working on skincare and self-care. I have now a much better skincare regime, because before I used to just put lotion on my face or A&D ointment on my face because I had eczema growing up, so A&D ointment was the only thing I could use for a while. But I did find that Clinique Moisture Surge works really well for my skin. It is my go-to. I have, what's the thing that you use when you first come out? I can't remember now, you guys. But I'll put a picture on the screen probably. Excuse me. Oh, a toner. It has a toner. They call it something else. But I have a toner that I use. And then I have a moisturizer. And I have a scrub and a wash. I use those. And I do have a mask that I use now and again for hydrating my skin. And so here and there I'll do masks, so that I have been doing. I think I could do it more, so it might get added to kept on my list. And nighttime skincare routine, I never really put one into effect, so that may need to go back on there. I'm not really like went and bought something with retinol or something specific for nighttime skincare, so that might be something I need to work on. Number 7, plan a girls trip with my best friends. Trip was planned. We were going to Philly. We had our Airbnb rented. Everything was ready to go. We were supposed to be going in July. Couldn't do it, y'all. Y'all know why. Miss Corona said no. And so we ended up having to get refunds, and that just did not happen. So it was on my list. It was planned. We were ready. We got halted. So I was very proud of us for getting it done. So we've always said we're going to do a trip, and we never did. So the fact that we actually had one ready and was ready to go, that kind of sucks, but I did do that goal. Yes to me. Goal number 8. Plan a trip to visit the family in Georgia and visit Hawaii, because I have a sister that lives in Hawaii. Well, as you can see, I live here now. So I did not plan a trip to visit Georgia. I live in Georgia now. The trip has changed from visiting to moving. That happened. And because of Miss Lovely Pandemica, couldn't go to Hawaii. I had a sinking fund for travel set up. There was like a good $500 in there, and that was after booking the other trip to Philly. Like, I was ready, you guys. I don't know if that would have been enough for Hawaii, but either way, I would have kept going. The goal was to get to 1,000 in there so that I could keep doing trips and making that happen. Not so much, because I believe my sister had said that she was gonna have like a some kind of like renewal of vows thing with her husband, and that I knew I had to go, so I was ready. I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back because I had prepped my sinking fund for that. But as you guys know, this one was out of my control. So the next thing, number 9, was plan a trip with Bae, and under it said anywhere fun. Well, there is no more Bae. We're still really good friends, so that all works. There would have been a trip planned. I had the money. We wanted to go to, I think, Jamaica. We hadn't like sat down and said anything, but that's because, you know, Rona had hit, and at that point we were just like, this is no point. We can't go anywhere. And at that time, his job had said if he left, he'd have to quarantine for 14 days, blah, blah, blah. We're no longer together, but either way, couldn't have made that goal. Wasn't gonna happen. No fault of mine. It wasn't good thought. Number 10, we're almost in. We only have 12. Number 10, work on my relationship with friends and families. Call more and visit those who live close enough. It was like I was trying to be what Corona wants us to figure out to be. And I couldn't even do it because she came and was like, nah. So as far as that, I will say I did start calling my family more. And now I just live here. So on one end, I do visit family that is closer to me now because my cousin's here, my sister's here. They all like live in their own place. I go to visit them. My family's here. So literally, I almost, out of necessity, I'm doing that goal. It was supposed to be the other way around, where it was people in Jersey, New York, that kind of area that had family around there. I wanted to go visit them more often, like cousins that I knew of that I could take the train or just drive up to. That is what my goal was. But unfortunately, that did not work out due to the move and due to the pandemic. And now I just visit the family that's close to me. So it sort of worked out, but just not in the way that I saw it happening. Number 11, start saving a down payment for a home. And under it, it says when the car is paid off. So before the saving for a home goal, which you guys, if you watch my channel, you know that's big what I'm saving for right now. Before that, I was saving to pay off my car because I had a car payment. It was $300 wasn't doing it. So it was actually supposed to be paid off in July of this year, and I believe I paid it off in January of this year. So it was like, yay. And then I was really sitting for a couple months figuring like, how am I going to really start saving for a house because I'm paying so much in rent. I lived in Jersey. My rent was like a lot, like $1,000, $1,019, something like that for a little teeny 1-bedroom. I was like, there's no way I'm going to be able to save. So I just continued paying off my consumer debt. Thank you, LaShawn, for the special words. My consumer debt in the meantime. And so I just paying off little bills, which worked out because I am now consumer debt free. Yes, I do use my credit card sometimes, but they're not in the space where I'm like, oh my God, I have no way to pay them. Whatever I put on them, I have a way to pay them. So all I have now is my student loan to pay, and I'm saving for the house. So I did pay the car off. So pat on the back for me. That did happen. And I am saving for a house. You guys know that. So actually, goal number 11, saving for a down payment for the house, is getting done. And last but not least is number 12, read more. Make a reading list and find your library card and put it in your wallet. These were like actionable steps, you guys. So, as far as read more, I will say I don't think I've read more this year. It's definitely on my list for 2021, and I think I'm going to do what I said and actually make a list of books. So, if you know any good books that you think I should read, or audiobook, I've already know that I want to get one of the TD Jakes books or a few of them, and then also Lisa Nichols books. The books that I'm interested in reading right now are more self-help, something that's going to give me more vision towards my life. I just listened to the audiobook for You're a Badass or something like that. That was interesting. And I also listened to the audiobook for Richest Man in Babylon. Both had very good points, and I enjoyed doing that. Although I will say I think I'm more of a physical book reader. I like to dog ear the pages. I like to write my own notes. I like to do things like that, put a sticky here, sticky there, so that I can go back. I like to highlight so I could go back and see what I was feeling, what I was thinking while I was reading it. And I feel like it sticks more sometimes when I'm physically sitting down and reading, and sitting down and reading gives me time to be with me. No social media scrolling, no comparing myself to anybody else through those times. I could sit down in that hour and read a couple chapters. That's more my style. And my goal actually for my new house is to have a bookshelf in it somewhere, and that every single book I put up on the shelf I have read and plan to read again or are planning to keep so I can share with someone else. And so, yeah, making a reading list is a priority, and finding my library card. At this point, you can't really go to the library. I think I actually did go ahead, though, and find my library card and put it in my purse at that time. That part of the thing I did get done. I don't want to lie, but that was it. I don't think I really read more. I think I listened to more audiobooks than anything and watched more self-help videos than I did read. But I think in 2021, I want to make a concerted effort to actually read a book, and like I said, read it, put it on my shelf, and say I read it, have my notes, and then like try to figure out how to like apply it to my life. I think a lot of times we take in a lot of information, and it's all great and it's gravy, but then it's like, okay, well, how do I make this work for me? And I think that's where I'm at right now. So yeah, that was it. Those are my goals, and overall I think I did pretty darn good, especially with there being a pandemic. How did you do on your goals? Have you hit any of your goals? Don't forget to comment down below. You know I like to chat with you guys. All right, here's to 2021. I think the pandemic is still going to be here, but at least we should be better adjusted at this point. And remember, guys, in order to be great, you have to be grateful. Have a wonderful, blessed day, guys. Bye.